Hello everyone and welcome to another casual review. Today I'm talking about Hotline Miami. I have played this briefly before on PC, but I never beat it. And it's such a short game that just goes to show how little I have actually played it before. As far as the plot goes, it's kind of minimalistic in that way, and you just have to piece some things together. The plot is basically you're playing as this hitman character known as Jacket. And basically, at least at the first half of the game, each chapter starts with him receiving a phone call. And the phone call will be cryptic. It'll just say like, hey, we have a delivery for you at this location. Go take care of it. And that basically means like, go kill everyone at this location. So you'll go there, massacre pretty much everyone in the entire building, and then there is a little scene where you go to like a restaurant or a video rental store afterwards and talk to this friendly guy. And the plot kind of evolves from that point, but that's basically the meat and potatoes of this game is go to this location and massacre all of these people. If you can't tell from the description, this game is extremely violent and adult, so if that stuff makes you uncomfortable, maybe look elsewhere. Definitely not a game for children if you don't want them exposed to that kind of violence. I know it's just a pseudo 8-bit graphical style, but the extreme violence and blood even made someone like myself a little uncomfortable, so just take that with a grain of salt. There's not like any option to be merciful or do stealthy no-kill runs either. So yeah, in order to play this game, you're going to have to murder quite a lot of people. It's an isometric view and it plays similar to like a twin stick shooter where the left analog stick is to move, the right is to aim. You can shoot, you can throw your weapon, and you can also just pick up melee weapons to use as well. That might be in your best interest because using a melee weapon does not create any type of noise, so it doesn't alert other people of your presence if they aren't nearby the guy that you're beating up. I do wish that there was some sort of amount of like a soft auto aim because I had trouble aiming with this controller. I remember having a little more success playing this game back in the day on the PC just because of the mouse controls. So I wish it was kind of like if you're close enough to the enemy, then the cursor will automatically target them. There is a lock-on system in this game, but it feels really clunky and you have to like cycle through all of the enemies in the entire room. It just didn't really feel great to me in my opinion. And I definitely think it would have helped me out with my gameplay because this game is rather difficult and there's no difficulty settings. That is to say, like anytime that you do die, you will automatically appear back in the room. The room restarts. It's not like you get sent back really far and lose a lot of progress. You just try again over and over again. There's no loading screens or anything like that, so it gets you right back in the action. However, I did find, especially near the later games, that I was getting rather frustrated. Because of my frustration, I was getting really impatient and playing really poorly, which then in turn makes me die even quicker because like one shot from a gun will kill you. It's like real life, I guess. And yeah, I would get frustrated, so I would just have to take a little break or something and take a breather and then hop back into it after I've cooled down a little bit. I do like the pixel aesthetic in this game, and it has this cool like 80s neon flair to it as well, which I think is really fun. The music matches it to boot, and I do really enjoy the soundtrack in this game. It's this cool 80s electronic soundtrack, and you should definitely give it a listen. Aesthetically, the stage will slowly rotate left and right, and it adds this whole real drug trippy kind of aesthetic and flair to this game. Now, you do get graded on your performance, and like I said, I didn't really do that well on this game, and I would be lucky if I just totally cleared the chapter. And so my grades were usually B's and C's. I would get the occasional A every now and again, but it's definitely a game that you need really twitchy reaction time, and it's almost smarter to play this game kind of stealthily rather than just going in guns blazing. Every time you beat a chapter, you unlock a new animal mask, I guess to hide your identity, so to speak, and each of these masks has a different ability. So one will make it so you start out with a knife rather than having to punch enemies with your fists, or one makes it so your guns make a lot less sound. One makes it so you can see farther away from your own character. Different abilities like that. I tended to stick with the one that made my guns not make as much sound, so then I could get around using a gun without alerting the whole room of my presents. But yeah, it was kind of cool unlocking all of those different animal masks. And then you do unlock additional like potential weapons that could show up in the level itself. And that was kind of less exciting because like a gun is a gun, right? Like I know a shotgun is going to act a little differently than an assault rifle, so to speak. But like a samurai sword is going to function pretty much the same as an iron rod. It's a short game, so there's not like too much to talk about without exactly spoiling the whole plot of this game. And even I don't fully like understand exactly what's going on, so I'm hoping that the sequel will reveal more of that. But yeah, you could probably beat this game in maybe like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, depending on like how good you are at this game. I bet a speed run of this game might even be less than an hour. But it is kind of a fun experience, and it definitely doesn't overstay its welcome. I think it is fun when you really get into the zone and you get that 80s electronic soundtrack going on. And aesthetically, yeah, it does look cool. So I think I will give this game a 3 out of 5, and I'm definitely excited to just hop right into the sequel here and see what that has in store for me. So far as the collection goes, I think I paid $15 for this collection. So if we just divide that in half, would I pay $7.50 for this game? Yeah, I think I would, but I probably wouldn't spend that much more for, at least just for Hotline Miami 1 because of its game length and its simplicity. But it makes for a fun afternoon at least. Well guys, that's it for me. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about Hotline Miami, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later. Bye!